Hi students, in last class in polynomials we discussed about how to find zeros of the polynomial and how to verify the relation between zeros of the polynomial and coefficients of the polynomial. Okay, so let me recall once again by one example. Suppose if 3 minus 1, this is the example problem, not exact problem. If 3 minus 1 minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial. P of x 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. So how many zeros we have? 3 zeros. This is alpha, beta, gamma for cubic polynomial. Okay, we have alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the polynomial, this polynomial. Then verify relation between zeros and coefficients of polynomial of P of x. Okay, in exercise we did only quadratic polynomial. So in example problem we have one cubic polynomial also. So I am explaining that. Here we have 3 zeros. So first 0 we can take as alpha, second 0 beta, third 0 gamma. So we have alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of this polynomial. Now we have to verify the relation between zeros and coefficients. So let me consider the coefficients. Solution. Given polynomial. First write given zeros. So given polynomial, let me write given polynomial is P of x is equal to 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. This is given polynomial. Here let me take the coefficients. Here x cube coefficient is I am taking as a equal to 3. X square coefficient b is minus 5. X coefficient 11, so c is minus 11. And constant is d is minus 3. So these are the coefficients of given polynomial, right? These are the coefficients of given polynomial. So I am comparing with ax cube plus bx square plus ax plus d. Then you can get the coefficients a, b, c, d, right? And given zeros. Given zeros are alpha. First 0 I am taking as alpha. What is first 0? 3. First 0 I am taking as alpha. Second 0 minus 1. So beta is minus 1. Third 0 gamma. Gamma is minus 1 by 3. Gamma is minus 1 by 3. Now I have taken zeros as alpha, beta, gamma, and from the polynomial coefficients a, b, c, d. Now let me verify the relation between zeros and coefficients of the polynomial. So first for cubic polynomial we have 3 conditions. First one is sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros means alpha plus beta plus gamma. We have to show 3 conditions. First one, sum of the zeros alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Okay, we have to show alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a. So I am taking LHS. Let me find LHS, alpha plus beta plus gamma. So alpha is 3, beta is minus 1, and gamma is minus 1 by 3. Right? Now simplify this. How to simplify? 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 1 by 3. 3 minus 1, 2. Now here by taking the LCM, 3 is the LCM, 6 minus 1, 5 by 3. LHS is 5 by 3. For RHS, minus B by A. Minus B, in place of B, what is B value? Minus 5. So substitute here. Minus 5. By A, what is A value? 3. So substitute here. 3. 5 by 3. Right? So first condition, alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus P by A. We have to show it. So for that, I found alpha plus beta plus gamma, that is 5 by 3, and right hand side minus B by A, that's 5 by 3. So after getting these values, you can check it. Alpha plus beta plus gamma value is equal to minus B by A. Okay, like this you have to prove. LHS, RHS separately you have to find out. Then after you show they are equal. Okay, second condition. What is second relation? Sum of product of two zeros. Alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma, gamma into alpha. Alpha plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to C by A. We have to show this. For that I am taking left hand side alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha. So substitute the values. What is alpha value? Alpha value is 3, beta value is minus 1, gamma value is minus 1. So I am going to substitute here. First alpha value is what? 3 into beta value minus 1. Okay, plus beta value minus 1, gamma value minus 1 by 3. Okay, minus 1 by 3. Next to gamma into alpha. Gamma value minus 1 by 3. Alpha value 3. Right? By simplifying, minus 3. Here minus 1 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. Here minus 1 by 3 into 3 minus 3 by 3. Okay. Now you can simplify 3 cancel. This is minus 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 and minus 1. So minus 3 minus 1 becomes minus 4 plus 1 by 3. Right? By taking the LCM, 3 is the LCM. 3 4 are 12 plus 1. So this is minus 11 by 3. So alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha, I got minus 11 by 3. Now right hand side C by A. I will find C by A. C by A. What is C value? C value is minus 11. So I will substitute here minus 11. By A value 3. So I will substitute here. So C by A I got minus 11 by A. Alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha is also minus 11 by A. So therefore we can write second condition, alpha beta, beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to C by A. So I verified second relation also for cubic polynomial. We have three relations for cubic polynomial. First is sum of the zeros. Second one is sum of product of two zeros. Third one is product of 3 zeros. Now third relation is product of 3 zeros. Alpha beta gamma equal to minus D by A. Right, let me take alpha beta gamma. Alpha value is what? 3 and beta value minus 1, gamma value minus 1. Beta value minus 1 by 3, gamma value beta value minus 1, gamma value minus 1 by 3. So by multiplying you will get 3 by 3, that is 1. Now right hand side I will find minus D by A. Minus D value. What is D value? D value is minus 3. I will substitute here. And we know A value is 3. So that is 3 by 3. Again we got 1. Right? Therefore we can write product of the zeros alpha beta gamma is equal to minus D by A. So I verified third relationship also. Alpha beta gamma equal to minus D. Okay, this is also one of the important problem, example problem. Okay, so this is the procedure to verify the relation between zeros and coefficients. First to take LHS and take RHS, then show LHS equal to RHS. Okay, so you did problems on this method for quadratic polynomial. So sometimes cubic polynomial also he may ask. Okay, and now see here, if you have the polynomial, then you can find the zeros of the polynomial. So you know how to find the zeros of the polynomial. For example, if you have one polynomial p of x, x square minus 7x plus 12, this is given. How to find the zeros of the polynomial? By splitting the middle term, you can get the zeros of the polynomial. First you have to assign the 0 for this polynomial. First you assign the 0. 12 is equal to 0. Then after split the middle term. How to split? Minus 4x minus 3x plus 12 is equal to 0. Right? Then by taking the common, x minus 4, by taking minus 3, x minus 4 is equal to 0. So here factors are x minus 4, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So by taking the factors x minus 4 equal 0 or x minus 3 equal 0, you will get x equal to 4 or 3. So here 4 comma 3 are zeros of this polynomial. So ultimately we use the for zeros alpha for first 0 and beta for second 0. So to represent the zeros, we use alpha, beta, gamma, delta like that. So here we have two zeros now. So first 0 I am representing by alpha, second 0 by beta. So if it is cubic polynomial, you will get another 0 that represented by gamma. So we know how to find the zeros of the polynomial if polynomial is given. Right? If polynomial is given, then we can find zeros of the polynomial. And if zeros of the polynomials are given, then how to find the polynomial? Suppose, one example, suppose if alpha, beta are the zeros, I have given two zeros, so alpha, beta are the zeros, of the polynomial p of x. So we have alpha, beta are the zeros of the polynomial. Suppose any two zeros are given to the polynomial p of x, then to find p of x, use this polynomial. Use p of x is equal to, use this formula, x square. So we have two zeros now, so we can find quadratic polynomial using this formula, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. If two zeros are given, take them as alpha, beta. Then to find the polynomial, use this formula, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Here alpha plus beta means sum of the zeros, alpha into beta is product of zero. Or you can write like this formula, p of x is equal to x square minus sum of zeros, into x plus product of zeros, right? If any two zeros are given, then you can find the zeros required polynomial using this formula, x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha. So whenever two zeros are given, take them as alpha, beta, then substitute here alpha plus beta, then automatically you will get the polynomial, right? For example, let me explain with one example. Suppose I have given example for if 3 comma 4 are zeros of the polynomial p of x. 3 comma 4 are zeros of the polynomial p of x. Then find p of x. So what we have? We have two zeros of the unknown polynomial p of x. Then we have to find the unknown polynomial. So for that, how to find the polynomial? First of all, given polynomial take as alpha beta. Alpha is 3 and second 0, beta equal to 4. So alpha is 3, beta is 4. Then to find polynomial, required polynomial, use the formula whatever I have said. So x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So by substituting in this formula, x square minus 3 plus 4 into x plus 3 into 4. That implies x square minus 7x plus 12. Now this is the required polynomial. Okay. So if you have two zeros, then we can point the polynomial. By taking the zeros as alpha, beta, then use this formula. So if you have three zeros, note, if you have three zeros, if alpha, beta, gamma are zeros of the polynomial, zeros of the polynomial p of x. Okay, I explained for only quadratic polynomial. Now if you have three zeros, alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the polynomial p of x, then how to find p of x? Then to find p of x p of x, use the following formula. What is the formula? P of x is equal to, so if you have alpha, beta, gamma are zeros of the polynomial p of x, then to find p of x, use the following formula. What is the formula? X cube. So here three zeros, no? So you will get cubic polynomial. X cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square. Sum of the zeros plus sum of product of two zeros. Alpha, beta, beta, gamma, gamma, alpha into x minus product of zeros. Three zeros. Alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, use this formula when three zeros are given. Okay, so this note is important. If you have three zeros, use this formula. If you have two zeros, then use this formula to find the polynomial. And one more thing, sometimes for example, if sometimes he will give directly sum of the zeros, product of the zeros. He will not give like this 3, 4 are two zeros of the polynomial. He will give directly sum of the zeros, alpha, beta, alpha, beta. Then directly you can substitute the value in the polynomial. In the formula you will get the polynomial. For example, if minus 7, 12 are sum and product of, if minus 7, 12 are sum and product of given polynomial of a required polynomial, then find the polynomial. See here, minus 7, 12 are the sum and product of the zeros of the polynomial. Here minus 7, 12 are not zeros. Minus 7 is sum of the zeros, 12 is product of the zeros. So here minus 7 is sum of zeros and 12 is product of zeros. Then we have to find the polynomial. So sum of the zeros means here I am taking this as if alpha plus beta is minus 7. Sum of the zeros are given. No? So sum means alpha plus beta minus 7. And product of the zeros means alpha beta is equal to 12. So minus 7 comma 12 are not zeros. Minus 7 is sum of the zeros and 12 is product of the zeros. Then we have to find the polynomial. That means he is given alpha plus beta, alpha into beta. Okay, so we have alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Then we have to find the polynomial. What is polynomial? To find polynomial, we have the formula x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Okay. Now substitute in this polynomial. P of x is equal to x square minus alpha plus beta value already is given, minus 7 into x plus alpha into beta value 12. So that equal to x square plus 7x plus 12 is the required polynomial. Okay. So sometimes he will give sum of the zeros, product of the zeros. So you should read question properly. What is given? Zeros of the polynomial or sum and product of the zeros of the polynomial. If zeros of the polynomial, if 3, 4 are zeros of the polynomial are given, then take them as alpha, beta separately, then you substitute here. If sum and product of zeros of the polynomial are given, then take this first value as alpha plus beta, second value as alpha into beta, then substitute in the given formula. Okay. Right. Now division of the polynomials. Explain division algorithm for the polynomials. For the division algorithm for the polynomials. Division algorithm for the polynomials. Okay. What is division algorithm? For example, I am taking two numbers, 5 and 16. How to divide these two numbers? Divide the greatest number by smallest number. So I am dividing 16 by 5. 5 3 is 15. Remainder 1. So here 16 is called dividend, 5 is called divisor, q is called quotient, 1 is called remainder. See here, dividend equal to divisor into quotient, 5 into 3 plus remainder, right? 5 3 is 15 plus 1 16. So this condition will be applicable for any two numbers in the division, right? Always dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This statements always true. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder for the numbers. This statement is always true for the numbers in the division. Same thing you can apply for the polynomials. For example, if p of x comma g of x are two polynomials, I am taking two polynomials. Here for the division of the numbers we need two numbers, no? In the similar way, in the division of polynomials also we need two polynomials. If p of x, g of x are two polynomials, and in the numbers we can divide the greatest number by smallest number. Okay, we are dividing greatest number by smallest number. But in the polynomial, to divide the one polynomial by another polynomial, you have to check the degree, right? Degree means highest power of the variable. So whose degree is greatest, that will be dividend. Whose degree is less, that will be divisor. Okay. So if p of x, g of x are two polynomials where degree of p of x is less than degree of g of x. Here p of x degree I am taking as less than the degree of g of x. Okay, so which is dividend here? Dividend is g of x. Why? Because its degree is more than the p of x. This is the divisor, right? If p of x, g of x are two polynomials with, I am taking another column with q of x, another column q of x, which is not equal 0, such that p of dividend, what is dividend? Q of x. Q of x equal to, g of x. G of x equal to divisor into quotient plus some remainder power. So if you have two polynomials, then divide the g of x with p of x, then you will get some quotient polynomial such that g of x is p of x plus q of x plus r of x, where r of x is remainder polynomial. R of x is remainder polynomial. Remainder polynomial. So what is the condition in division algorithm? Degree of r of x always lies between 0 and less than the degree of divisor polynomial. 0 or less than the degree of p of x. Okay, it may be remainder polynomial may be 0 or less than the p of x. Till that we have to divide the polynomials, right? So this is called division algorithm for the polynomial. You should remember this condition. This is important. So degree of remainder polynomial always lies between 0 and degree of the divisor polynomial. Let me explain with one example. This division algorithm. Suppose I am taking one example. Divide x square minus x plus 5 by x minus 2. So I am dividing x square minus x plus 5 by this polynomial, right? And verify division algorithm. And verify division algorithm. So after dividing x square minus x plus 5 by x minus 2, you will get some quotient polynomial and some remainder polynomial. After getting quotient polynomial, remainder polynomial, you have to verify this relationship. So for that, divisor I am taking as p of x. What is divisor? X minus 2. I am taking divisor as x minus 2 and dividend as g of x. G of x is x square minus x plus 5. P of x x minus 2, g of x x square minus x plus 5. Now I am dividing x square minus x plus 5 by x minus 2. So how to divide? First observe this term. This is x square, and observe the dividend divisor first term x. So when you will get x square here by multiplying x into x, you will get x square. Okay, next x into minus 2, minus 2x. Now subtract minus plus x square cancel. This is minus x plus 2x, it becomes plus x. Now take next term x plus 5. Now observe first term. Here observe first term x, here also x. So we have to multiply 1 times. 1 into x, 1 into minus 2, minus 2. So here by subtracting minus, this becomes plus, x cancel, 5 plus 2 7. Stop the process. Why? Because this is constant polynomial whose degree is 0 and divisor polynomial degree is 1. So remainder polynomial is less than the divisor polynomial. So you can stop the procedure. Now verify. Here what is quotient polynomial? What you got? Q of x is x plus 1. This is quotient polynomial. And remainder polynomial represented by r of x. R of x is constant, that is 7. Now verification. What we have to verify? We have to verify g of x is equal to p of x into q of x plus r of x. Is it true or not? We have to verify this relationship is true or not. So already we know g of x. We know g of x. What is g of x? What is g of dividend? X square minus x plus 5. Okay. This is RHS. LHS. Now I will check the RHS. P of x into q of x plus r of x. What is p of x? P of x is x minus 2 into q of x is x plus 1 plus r of x is 7. Now multiply x into x square, x into 1 x minus 2 into x minus 2x minus 2 into 1 minus 2 plus 7. That implies x square minus plus x minus 2x minus x minus 2n plus 1 plus 5. So see here, g of x is equal to g of x is x square minus x plus 5. Here, by taking RHS, by simplifying, you got x square, same polynomial. That means, so this condition is always true. G of x is p of x, q of x plus r of x. So I verified division algorithm also. So after dividing the given polynomial by the divisor polynomial, you will get quotient and remainder. If he asks verify the division algorithm, then you have to show this relationship. Okay. So remaining few problems in next class I will teach. Okay. Today I will give some problems. So solve it.